Well, welcome back. It's another episode of Discovering Foundational Truths. My name is John Lemus.
You got it.
Director Muller.
Hussein Amroa.
Agent Ramon.
Agent Ramon. Okay, title of this episode is going to be One Idea Away from a Breakthrough. So, one idea away from a breakthrough. My first question to you guys, we'll start over with Wavy. What do you think your greatest personal success is?
Greatest personal success. That's a good question. Nobody ever asked me that.
No, well, that's good. That's why I'm here. So, what is your greatest personal success? So it's personal.
Greatest personal success. I could say keeping my word.
Okay.
Yeah. I said I'm going to do something, I'll do it.
All right, become a man of your word. What
Yeah.
your greatest personal success is?
My greatest personal success is being able to share my information with others, just being able to elevate people around me.
Okay. You got one, brother? What's your greatest personal success?
Probably being real to myself and not lying to myself.
Okay, not lying to yourself. That's a
What
good
about
one.
you?
Huh. I have so many. No, I'm just playing. What's your greatest personal success? I would say being consistent at what I'm doing and, like I said, actually trying to evolve in what I'm doing. So there's a difference between just being there, and just doing something at a low level. But I'm trying to get to the point where, the level has changed and just, your effectiveness becomes better. So, all right, this is almost like the last week. If you had to pick another career, what would it be? Can't be doing what you're doing now, so I caught myself on this one.
Yeah.
Because I said last year, I think I'm doing it, or last week.
Yeah.
So what do you think? If you had to pick another career, what would it be?
When I was younger, there was this guy who used to travel and taste foods all around the world.
Mhm.
That's something I was thinking
Okay.
about.
So you said airplane last week.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something different.
Yeah, what you got this week?
Honestly, for me is being able to, have a nonprofit, and it'll be, space. What do you call it? Sports based nonprofit. Being able to have to foster, people and using sport to, enlighten the kids. But it's definitely based on kids and catching them at a very, very young age and being able to elevate them at a young age.
Okay. This one's easy for you because you just picked a different career.
Right.
So you can use that one if you want to.
No, I would go something
What do you think?
completely different.
What do you think?
I would say model, fashion.
Okay.
Because I really do
He's
love
in JM's
dressing.
chair. He wanted to do that last week or 2 weeks ago. Yeah, that's cool.
So,
All right. If I had to pick another career, I would probably do some type of probably like a nonprofit and a like a mentoring program and try to
So we can link up. You could do-
stay with kids
yeah.
from
You could do the
up till 18
yeah.
and like put a lot of financial stuff in there, put a lot of stuff that I've actually understand myself a little better now as
and, you,
opposed
and
to
use the sport to be able to
in the sports for sure to hook
yeah.
them. Yeah.
to
Because
just
I
get
think
them
sports is
focused.
just a vehicle
Yeah,
to try
absolutely.
and, get to where you're trying to go. All right. We'll try you this time. What's the kindest thing anyone has ever done for you?
what's the kindest thing?
Kindest thing anyone has ever done for you?
Damn, that's a good question.
There's a lot.
I didn't even never think about this.
Let me give it.
Just think about it.
I just be moving.
Yeah. I would say, give me an opportunity.
Okay.
I mean, that
Introducing me to
could be
something
anything
that I
though.
didn't know.
Okay. So just giving you information that
Information that I
kind
didn't
of
know.
prompted something.
Yeah,
Okay.
that would be kind because they didn't have to do that.
Right. Okay.
It's-
What you think? You got anything yet with him or no?
What was the question again?
What's the kindest thing anyone has ever done for you?
I mean, I was gonna say my mom
Uh-huh.
gave birth to me. That's the
Gave
kindest thing.
birth? She didn't have a choice, but
Yeah, it's the
she
kindest
chose
thing.
something before that.
Yeah. I mean, to me, I look at it like that
Okay.
because I mean, I won't be speaking to you right now if that ain't happening.
I hear you.
I think for me it was definitely when I was working on Mindhunter. I was like an hour late of schedule, and instead of like them just I was expecting them to just go off on me to like everything good, you good. Go get some food, and you can catch up with us anytime, whenever you're ready. So they took a different approach. That was like the kindest thing, because if it was any other department, they would have been hammered. But like I didn't have to explain. They didn't ask for explanation. They just made sure I was all right,
Mhm.
and they made sure I ate and I was ready whenever I was ready.
So they appreciated you. They showed
Absolutely.
their appreciation for you. That's good. What's the kindest thing anyone's ever done for me? That's a tough one. I guess one of the things someone did for me, even just like introducing me to refereeing, it kind of opened up my eyes, and it did bring an income for a little while. But the idea, it just kind of, like he said, you give it some information, it kind of opens up your mind a little bit. That if you don't like something, because when I was coaching, boy, these referees got on my nerves, But when you take the other vehicle, take the other way of doing it yourself, then you know why they are the way they are, So, but you can't really change it. I tried to go in there just to try and help change it, but I went in a little too late. I was about 45 or whatever. So just introducing me to refereeing was pretty good. All right, we'll start with Haji this time. Okay, if you could have lunch with anyone in the world, who would you choose, and what would you talk about?
Wow.
Who would you choose, and what would you talk about?
If I could have lunch with anybody in the world, honestly, I would have said Tobias Sillisler, but I had already talked to him. Didn't have lunch yet. The other person would definitely be David Fincher, and we'll just talk about where did he find the patience to be so meticulous and to be to know his surrounding, right? How did he find that awareness? Because
It's probably in him, to
yeah.
tell you the truth. It's
Yeah.
probably just he became aware of it.
Yeah,
within
like
him,
just
but,
being
yeah.
able to find that, patience and awareness. Because I think with that you'll find everything else. That's
Everything
really
else will
it.
unfold. Okay.
Yeah.
Guess I could probably go next. I'm thinking about having lunch with Elon Musk.
hmm
Just trying to get in his mind a little bit, because he's all over the internet. You can watch, you
Yeah.
think you know him because of how, exposed he is. But
Yeah.
there's some stuff underlying that it's like he understands things that people don't really even realize that are going on at all.
Yeah. He's definitely a
So,
gifted brother. I
Yeah,
tell you
he's
that.
definitely got some skills or whatever. I just thought maybe just where his mind's at.
What would you
know.
guys talk about? Sorry, I missed that.
I would have to talk with him about, I guess, what's next, because he's a real futuristic type thinker,
Right.
And I don't believe we can go to Mars, but he thinks he's one step away from it. You know what I mean? So there's got to be a difference in mindset or a difference in
You
ideas that
seen
he
something
has.
we ain't seen.
Yeah, I'm sure he's exposed to things. Obviously, being a billionaire, why he buys Twitter just
He
for
definitely got to be thinking different. 'cause
Oh
there's
yeah, he
no
can't be
way-
on the same level
Yeah,
at all.
there is no
Yeah.
way he's on the same level.
Yeah. So who would you have lunch with, baby?
I would say Mandela.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, from a point of view of what he gave up and what he sacrificed, and I'll ask him from a point of view, how did he have the heart to sacrifice all those things, and from a point of view, him going to jail and doing all that
Yeah.
stuff for years and years, and then eventually, then people just, he becoming the president and all that other stuff, because he sacrificed a lot for
Yep.
his people, and I guess it paid off.
Big risk, big reward.
Yeah, that's crazy. For me, I'm like, how?
Yeah, how do you get to that point? where you
How?
can do that. Yeah, that's
because
pretty solid.
from
All right, who you think, brother?
moving by the
Can I talk
second.
to somebody?
Yeah, mine would be Andrew Tate.
Oh yeah.
And I just
Love that
wanna
guy.
I wanna talk to him about knowing the risk and everything that comes with what he do. What keeps him still moving forward, and what keeps him being blocked everywhere, and his face is still out there. They can't
Oh, you can't stop him.
right. You can't stop him.
Yeah, he's becoming a
Going-
movement. It's
They
almost like
taking him to
Trump.
jail, and they don't right.
Yeah.
So that's what I want to talk about.
Okay. How could you be like that, or would you want to be like that? Would you?
Would I want to be like that?
Yeah. Are you willing to sacrifice like he did for what he has?
I don't.
I guess you would know after you spoke to him.
That's not what you want there.
Yeah, it's not what you want.
Yeah.
Okay, if you could experience something again for the very first time, what would it be?
Being a child.
You
Experience.
think being a child?
Oh, of course, because you're curious. Your imagination is endless. It just
Man, if I knew what I knew now, what I knew
Yeah.
then, I would have memorized some of the stuff.
That's
that
what
I
I'm
hadn't thought
saying.
about, 'cause God gave you a lot of hints as you're growing
as
up.
a child, that's
Yeah.
literally it.
We just kind of pushed them off, But
Like you have no ceiling because you don't know. There's no
yeah.
you have no societal influence. You have no parental influence. You have no school influence. You just pure as God and connected to the soul. That's like to not the soul, to the source,
Yeah.
and that's the purest form.
Okay. So what do you think?
What is it?
If you could experience something again for the very first time, what would it be? And why you smile? Like I was thinking the
Nah,
same
because
thing.
I don't
I can't say it on
experience
podcast.
something again. You
Yeah,
said-
experience something for the very first time again.
I don't have an answer to that.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, because I don't
Go ahead if
really-
you're ready.
I would say
Not
high
on that
school
level.
all
I ain't
day, every
experienced
You
It's
think
like-
high school all over again?
all over again.
I think college. Oh my goodness! When,
Yeah.
when I went to college, there was 40,000 students all my own age at Penn State, and I kind of held back a little bit. You know what I mean? But luckily, I got through it. But bless you. But I could have done some different stuff. And with the confidence, with the ideas, and you're definitely college.
Wow.
And with what I learned and like just us having these meetings, I would have questions that would have teachers thinking crazy. They would
You
go
try to mess
crazy.
with it. You could bend a teacher's mind a little bit.
Yeah, I'll play with their mind a little bit.
Yeah.
They won't like me.
Yeah. That's because you challenge them.
Right.
All right, we'll go with this one, Wavy. If you could cure any disease, what would it be?
I mean, most people would say cancer.
Oh, I'm talking about you.
Yeah.
He
I
said,
don't care
what's
about
the
most
question?
people. If you could cure any disease, what would it be? You think cancer?
What's it
Rich.
called? Yeah, I mean,
Man, the money you would get kicked back.
even like diabetes or whatever,
Okay.
diabetes, cancer, something like that.
If you could cure any disease,
Can it be
anything,
injury?
anything.
The media.
That's
Okay,
oh, okay.
that's a disease,
You thi-
right? You think the media? If you could
Uh.
cure that,
Yeah.
so what'd you do? Just have them go back the way they should have been, like just actually reporting what's going on,
Absolutely.
not bending it towards their politics,
The agenda, yeah.
their agenda.
Yeah, just the truth.
I think mine would be if I can cure any disease, what would it be? It'd be poverty.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
That's a
that's-
disease
that's
in your
good.
mind.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Somebody got to be.
Somebody,
Oh, okay.
Somebody's,
I feel like
Hey,
somebody got to be poor for somebody to
for
win.
what? No,
just-
I'm saying that's what keeps people in poverty. When you say somebody has to be, you're the one that's trying to keep them down to where there's, they
I'm
should
not the
all
one,
be rich.
but I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you. Yeah, so if I can cure any disease, it'd probably be, I honestly think
You
it's
said they should be all
poverty.
rich. You said I feel like if
Maybe
everybody
middle
was
class.
rich in this world, we'll all die because nobody will. Be
Oh, you
working,
gonna say
nobody
all
will-
die?
I mean, nobody will be working. Nobody will be selling you the food. Nobody will be doing.
But
work.
we
we're,
be-
gonna, we're gonna be talking.
We'll be
about
living good though. That's what he's
that.
saying.
We
How
could live.
we-
We could live good without having to work.
Yeah,
We
for
work
sure.
because of what happened at the beginning, at the fall. We went from a thinking man to a working man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
now Jesus came back, so now we're supposed to move
That's what
back
they
from
push on you
thinking man, or from working man to thinking man.
from the beginning.
So
They want you to have a job from the job.
The disease, mine would probably be war.
okay.
Stop all
Yeah,
the
that's a good
violence.
point of view.
To stop the wars.
Cause that kills a lot of people.
Violence is never.
Ooh,
gonna be
that's-
the
This one's
answer.
this one's gonna hurt Wavy a little bit. This is you.
What up? What up?
If you could get $1 million to give up your smartphone forever, would you do
If I can get a what?
$1 million to give up your smartphone forever?
That ain't no problem.
You do
I'll
all
tell
your
you, I won't
business on
touch
the
that
phone,
shit.
right?
How you gonna do your business?
I have no worries. I word of mouth. That's what. Give
So
me
you
the.
would give $1 million up for your phone,
That ain't no
or you
problem.
give
Give
your
it
phone
to.
up for $1 million.
Give it to me. I'll show you the better.
But you couldn't own a cell phone the rest of your life.
That's not a problem.
Okay, good.
I'm
good.
trying to
All
tell
right,
you.
All right.
Give it to me. I'll
You
show
sure,
you.
Wavy?
Huh?
I'm in that range too. You want the phone? Go ahead.
That ain't no
Because
problem.
I'm already like regulating my.
Because they used
myself.
to do it back
Back
then.
then.
Come on.
They had a home.
You
phone.
think I can't do it? That's simple. If you
I didn't say I didn't think you can. I'm just want because you're not even looking at the whole picture.
yeah. Well, let me see
The
where
whole
you looking
picture
The
at
whole
it.
picture is how much is your phone worth to you?
I paid a what? $100 for it.
No, I'm just saying, how much is
No,
it worth?
he's-
What
I
can
mean-
what can you make with it?
Yeah, phone calls and connections. That's the networking, most likely.
So is that worth more than $1 million?
It is, but at the same time, I
You just
can
want
do
the
it
$1 million.
myself.
Okay.
You know, my word of mouth can do it as well.
Okay.
I think like it's that
You can always
question.
use a computer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obviously, computer also will do the same thing.
I mean, if we get rid of tech, what's it called?
No, we're not getting rid of
Electronics.
it. No. It just says you get $1 million to give up your smartphone forever. You just
Oh,
don't have
that's
a smartphone.
I could call through the computer.
Okay.
That's
I would
easy.
take that $1 million and
Me,
flip
I
it.
really don't. I don't really think I use
Phone.
my phone to make
Mm.
money. So yeah, that won't be no problem. I'm starting
Oh,
actually
no.
to start cutting my phone a little bit more. Like I don't really try to be on it as much.
That's what he's doing too.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
So you guys are cutting a use of a leverage that is almost the bad part of that leverage instead of the good part. So if you could use that phone as a leverage, you could make way more than $1 million with a cell phone
I agreed.
if you know what you're doing.
Agreed.
Or you could sit there on social media and waste your life away for the rest of your
Yeah,
life.
but that's majority of the time. The phone has his bad part and the good part.
everything has a bad part.
Yeah.
I agree.
But I feel like a computer
So
makes more money
but
than a
when
phone.
But when you can control good or bad, which you can with your mindset,
Yeah, wave. It's never like a computer or phone. It's like just knowing what to do with it. It's
Yeah, that's what I'm
really-
trying to say.
Right, so-
most people look at social media as the worst thing that ever happened and
No.
the best thing that happened.
Right.
Ever happened.
I got a lot more jobs on social media than in person, but
Right.
still, there's
could be
there's
global.
other things that I'm doing on social media that waste my time. So
Correct.
I need to regulate myself on that. So when I do get on there,
80%.
I know I have
So
this
is
amount of
is
time
that the
just for
phone or
leverage.
is that you?
Huh?
Is it the phone or is it you?
It's
not the
me,
phone.
but if that's available, then like nobody's perfect, right? You're gonna have some bad thoughts that sometimes you're gonna entertain. Then but there's things like you can regulate yourself,
Mhm.
and that's putting control in your hands rather than that issue controlling you.
Mhm.
See, but if I look at it like this: if I regulate myself, when I need to get on, it has to be strictly business. But I have it limited that I'm gonna abuse that,
Right.
that situation. That's all.
Okay. All right. So we'll move on. Wavy, would you rather be early or late?
I'd rather be early.
Okay.
I'm always early.
I'd rather
Logic.
be early,
But
it don't always What about you?
He's
Would you rather
funny.
be early or late?
I'll probably be early just 'cause
Early?
I can get prepared for what's going.
Yeah, I like to acclimate wherever I go. That way I'm there before it
Yeah.
starts, whatever I'm doing. Yeah,
For sure.
early. Okay, Wavy, this is going to get a little more. It's not personal.
No
but it's-
worries, I'm
What's
listening.
what's one thing we could do to improve the podcast? So, what do you think? One thing we could do to improve the podcast?
That's a Haji question. I mean,
No, he's got the technical side.
Yeah,
You might
okay.
have, what
I
we
mean,
talk about.
I feel
you
like
might
we
have-
good right
You
here.
think we're all right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can always improve.
Yeah, we could definitely always improve.
Could be, inviting other people. It could be.
Yeah,
I don't-
I've
you know,
been-
like I said, there's all different ways you can improve something. What do you think? I had to put it to you guys because if I just try and do it myself, then
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
a
really
good
helpful.
question. I don't really got an answer to it.
I'm not gonna take it personally. That's
Yeah,
the thing,
no, I
you
mean, I
know?
don't.
Yeah,
I don't.
yeah.
I feel like we're finding it. What we doing?
Okay, so we're okay where we're at right now. What do you think,
Yeah.
Raj?
I think there's a lot that need to be reviewed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you have a whole different
Mhm.
look at what's going on.
Yeah, I think in terms of promoting, it's we doing a terrible job.
Yeah.
Not promoting it at all.
Yeah, it's how would you say is astonishingly horrific.
Okay.
We're bad at promoting, and I think to like I could whip something together, but it could be better as well. Even like the editing part could be better.
Mhm.
Even something as simple as like making sure we talking to the mic, Liam.
I'm as close. This
Ah.
thing got me.
Yeah.
All right.
Um,
I'm gonna pull the table.
and those are just like things that but I think for me the number one thing if we have to improve, you're definitely promoting
Yeah.
because we're not
Social
promoting.
media for
Yeah.
sure.
And like I'll be honest, I can't do that because I'm already doing multiple things.
Hey,
So it just somebody needs to take that and be like, okay, I want to do this, and I could make the material for that. It's just taking the time and
Yeah, yeah.
promoting that.
Yeah, if you made the system to what's going on,
Yeah.
then somebody else could do it.
Yeah.
You know, but when you make that system to promote something, you could also sell that system to somebody else. I mean, it's assets are mostly what you do in your head, and then you're able to, package and sell to other people.
Yeah.
You know, but like I said, my strength is more in the actual content, but as far as trying to learn something new, I like to learn stuff new. You know what I mean? So I could help, but don't sit there and wait for me to do it because I don't even know where to start.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
I know you got to push the red button there to turn that on. I don't know
Yeah.
where the remote's at. If there's a remote, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think like the content, the last the last couple of weeks, the content has been great.
okay.
Um,
I mean, the questioning content is definitely
Yeah.
better than.
Yeah, I like
I
that.
still like to teach
'Cause
a little.
you
bit,
got me
know what I mean?
thinking.
yeah,
you
but
know?
I think you do it at the
Yeah.
end too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, trying. Yeah,
So like that balance has been working.
Okay, that's good. What you think, brother?
I think we need to start talking about stuff that, like, we are saying the truth, but we gotta like talk about what people don't like to hear, what a lot of people don't want to hear, which is the truth about them, and that's when they we start catching their attention.
Okay,
Because some people will be like, "That's me, like that's really me." So,
so
I
they
need
can
to-
identify with.
I gotta. Maybe they got something I should do to change my life.
That's funny because the next question is, where do you think I should be focusing more of the attention, or maybe some themes of the podcast? That's what he's talking about.
Yeah,
You know
answer
what I
the
mean? As far
question.
as-
Yeah.
Yeah, as far
You
as
could do all that, but if it's not getting out there to the people,
Yeah.
right. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
But
It's
all
all
it take-
symbiotic. You know what I
yeah.
mean? It all's the same.
Yeah.
All it takes is a clip and then boom.
Yeah, it
People are
takes
like,
one
"Oh,
viral
my-
question. You
right.
know.
Right.
All right.
what do you think? Or did you?
I just try, like I said, my thing is with the content, but I mean, I could switch content up, which I've done since we've done from the beginning.
Yeah.
I went from like a teacher to more like not really interviewer, but just an idea kind of getter, off everybody. So we're actually questioning our own ideas. So we're building like persona, on camera. And some people will, like you said, identify with one or the other, But beyond that, like I said, there's got to be a way to get traction,
Yeah.
and get it moving.
Yeah. I agree with his point.
So, what subjects are you interested in to further your skill set? So, I would be interested in, kind of like how more to promote, because I mean that might be the ticket to,
Yeah.
actually, because when you do how you do one thing is how you do everything. So if you're not doing something, then you're not really doing anything.
Yeah,
You're
because
just
even like, I mean,
practice.
when you look at even a lot of the IG stuff, and the last time I guess that was updated, it was like maybe the first or second episodes and stuff like that. So we were like behind in certain things. But yeah, I agree
They all
his
fell on
point.
you 'cause you're the only one
Yeah,
that has
yeah,
that skill set.
I mean, I have that skill set, but I run my life. In my time is what's it called? Usually taken with a lot of my life duties,
So is his. Yeah.
and I mean I could do it,
Yeah.
but that'd be another thing for me to be like, gotta put to the side and do. But hey, I mean,
So
we have to
your
sacrifice
subject you're
certain
interested in to further your skill set is, you're doing with the insurance right now. So now you got to start understanding people. You got to understand, how they think, kind of read into what they're doing.
That's the book I'm reading right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that's
It's
good.
called How to Get Prospects to Beg You for a Presentation, using the right words, because all it takes is words and people start running away from you. And then you could say words that will have them.
Come towards you.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So what subjects are you interested in to further your skill set, brother? 'Cause I know your skill sets are strong, but there's got
Business.
Business.
Yeah.
How you-
Just understanding
how you gotta
business.
package it all together. And
Yeah, that's
actually
the
turning it into something. Mm-hmm.
I mean it's part of promotion too. So, and like that's what I'm just trying to work on and try to do more of, just the business, because I already have the skills. Is how do I package it and get it out there.
See, here's the thing, and it might make you guys mad, but I read a couple different books. One is Who Not How,
yeah,
because a lot of the how, none of us really have that juice to try and do it all the time.
Right.
That's like another job, but there's people out there doing it already. So if you know who it is, they could do it like that. Where it would take myself, it would take me probably months to even become like lowest level,
That's
whatever
so true.
promotion is.
That's very true.
So the idea is to try and but then you probably have to pay them, whatever it is. So, all right. Do you have any skill sets you're interested in jumping up?
Skill sets jumping up in what?
As far as interested in furthering your skill set. In other words, a skill set is something that you do that you get really good at, and then maybe you can monetize.
I mean teamwork. You know,
Okay, yeah, building your
get
team
time.
and stuff.
Yeah, build my team
Yeah, because
and
once
do
you
stuff
start building it, you're going to find all kinds of stuff
Yeah.
going on. You know.
for sure.
All right. Here's a good one for you, brother. If you're famous, what you gonna be famous for?
Helping people.
Man, you've changed, bro. Must be Texas. I don't know. Must be something. That
He said must be
that sun's close to you, boy. When it's up there, oh man.
I'll be famous for helping people. I'll be famous for my story.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the two main ones that stand out for me.
All right. What you gonna be famous for, brother?
I don't want to be
You wanna
famous.
be famous? All right,
Yeah, I
that
just
works for
need
me.
it. Yeah,
Just want to be.
the income. I
But-
don't need to.
Like think about what you're doing though.
But I don't. I mean, realistically, I don't want to be known. I just want to have the green
Some of the
out.
business you might not
Right.
want to be known. You just want to. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want to be attached to nothing. Just want to, make sure I have
But
enough.
even if you say your car, whatever, your car business goes up, and then people are wavy. Hey, you want this? You go to wavy. Now you're famous.
I
You
understand.
really
your
didn't want to
point.
go. You didn't want to be famous, but it just happened.
I mean, that's just how it works. Until I put somebody, until I put somebody in that position to be the face, because I don't want to be the face of what I do. I want to make, like, when I want to start something or do something, I want to make sure they don't even know who the boss is. And that's just how I do things.
So when you hook famous to what you're doing, you're still at your ego level. Because if you want to be famous at something, that means you want to be known for something.
Yeah.
And really, like I said, that's all your ego talking. That's not your soul.
Okay.
Because your soul just wants to do the thing and benefit everybody and
Yeah,
just keep it
simple.
moving.
Yeah.
That's the difference. You know what I mean? Right now, you're still a little younger. Well, you're not much younger than him.
Yeah, not too
Right?
much.
A couple years.
Yeah.
But
But he's still a legend. No worries.
there you go.
Mm.
Right? So you trying to be famous for anything?
Well, not really. I'm just trying to do, tell my story and help other people tell their story. So if that makes me known, then that's what it is. If it doesn't, it's not really.
It is what it is.
I don't really care.
Okay, so Wavy, this is you. If you had to eat one meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I say linguine.
Linguine.
Yeah, I like
Okay,
that.
You like linguine?
Yeah.
What is linguine?
It's like noodles.
Listen,
Depends
yeah.
on what kind of sauce.
Yeah.
Linguine.
It's like
they're
pasta
noodles.
and all kinds of mixtures.
So if you had to eat one meal every day for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I gotta go with my staple, man.
Yes.
I would say like fufu.
Oh God! Like,
Yeah, ugali, man. So I gotta
Yeah.
go with ugali and like okra soup.
What you think?
I'd say Chipotle.
that's that.
That's funny.
Chipotle is like it's healthy and it's so good. Like
What?
and me, I'm big on health.
What in the
now, so
menu
I don't
in
play about
Chipotle?
my health.
Chipotle is just
What do you get
is
from
a company.
Chipotle?
What I'm getting from
Yeah.
Chipotle?
Your
Yeah,
favorite meal from Chipotle?
Steak.
What kind of steak?
a bowl. You getting a bowl?
Yeah, lettuce, rice, beans.
Okay.
Throw all the protein in there for me. I'll be just fine.
Understood.
What about you, Lee?
Man, I do a lot of eating. It certainly wouldn't be cookies because you can't
I was just about
sustain.
to say cookies.
Now you couldn't sustain yourself on that. It'd be some kind of chicken
Yeah,
and probably some kind of Chinese chicken or something.
orange chicken.
Yeah, like General Tso's
Yeah,
orange.
yeah.
With that, it's got to have the rice and everything. Just like you
Oh,
said.
okay.
But I need some vegetables too, though. So
Yeah.
it might be a stir fry.
Oh, yeah.
Damn, I'm making myself hungry. I'll be. Okay, this is a good one for Haji. I'm gonna start with. If you had to delete all but 3 apps on your smartphone, which 3 would you keep?
If I had to delete all the,
I know you got a lot of apps.
yeah,
You had to delete all apps except 3.
I'm gonna keep Instagram for sure.
Instagram, okay,
Yeah.
Me too.
That's a good one.
I'm gonna keep YouTube for sure.
okay.
'Cause I can
Since I'm
learn
paying
from
for it, I got to keep that one. But
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So you only get one more.
Yeah.
So you got 2 social media apps.
I'm looking right now.
Man. I would say like some type of analytics app. Just
Not an editing app or something. Or is that, you
I don't have any
okay.
editing app on my phone.
That's like
now.
more programs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. I guess you could say Canva just to be able to like make flyers,
Oh, okay.
posters, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not
So,
really
like,
an app because you could go to Google and do it. So I don't think that
They
would
have
count.
an app too.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
do you use it on your phone?
I use it on my phone. Yeah.
Which one do you use more, the computer one or the phone?
Yeah, I'm definitely the computer one, but
Yeah,
the phone is quicker too.
Okay.
What's 3 apps you using, bro?
Oh, me?
Yeah. Or keeping, not using.
I would say Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
A Safari.
I forgot that's an app too, huh?
That's internet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, you don't got internet, you're screwed.
Yeah.
Because think about it. Even if I
You need
delete,
some type of-
right?
yeah,
Even
some
if I
kinda
delete the app, I can still
search
go to
engine,
right.
yeah.
And the third one will be definitely I'm gonna say YouTube, just because I
might have to say the same 3. 'Cause I use Safari all the time, and I use YouTube all the time. And
But think about
I
it.
could lose Instagram though.
If we got
Yeah,
Safari,
Instagram don't matter.
we don't
You
need
can
to
go to
use
anywhere else.
Right? You
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
need YouTube. So
Bro.
good if you.
Oh, you can go into YouTube on
Right.
Safari. Okay. But it's so easy. Hit the YouTube app and it's already fired up. I don't have to type it in every time. That's lazy.
Yeah.
What you think, brother?
Yeah, I got Facebook, YouTube, and my Chase Bank app.
Chase Bank app. Okay.
I gotta know what comes
Gotta
in
know
and
where your
out.
money's at. Yeah, you gotta know where your money's at.
Yeah.
Oh, this is a good one. This is for you first. What is one thing we don't know about you?
Just one.
Just one thing.
That's good.
That's good.
That's funny.
That's the problem. I know a lot about a lot of people.
Yeah.
So what's one thing I don't know about you?
The things I value.
So you got to tell us something
gotta
that we
do
don't
value,
know about you. What do you value that we don't think you value?
Yeah, that's a good question.
It's a good ass question.
Yeah. A lot of people here, though.
Hold on. Do I want to say? Hold on. I think I want to switch it up.
All right, no, you can
it up.
switch. Yeah.
Okay.
You can think about it. Go ahead.
I think Haji's ready. Could y'all come back to me?
Yeah.
Go ahead, Haji. You ready?
Honestly, I'm not even ready.
I'm still thinking.
What's the question?
It says, what is one thing? Where's it at? Here?
There's one thing we don't know about
What
you.
we don't know about you. Yeah. What's one thing we don't know about you? Man, you guys know I was a redhead, but that was a long time ago. I did play in a bunch of professional pool tournaments, which I told you.
Yeah, you told me. I know that.
Try to think. Man, I graduated high school. I think summa cum laude, so I was like, over 3.5. So I was smart, but I didn't really apply myself all like that. That's probably one thing.
I'm ready.
I ain't never
Okay.
been arrested. Go ahead.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
Depends what you talk about.
I got something I never told y'all. Y'all don't know about me.
We listening.
Is I was a choir leader.
A quiet
You can
leader. I
sing.
mean,
back in
choir
Egypt.
leader.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you said a
was-
quiet leader.
No, I was a choir
oxymoron.
leader for a long time, actually. Like,
Okay.
so, I don't know. When I came to America, Pittsburgh didn't have a lot of Sudanese people, so we didn't really have a. I won't say I'm not giving an excuse
Yeah, you're
why
good.
I'm
Talk
not. I
your
didn't
stuff.
continue, but I'm saying like I'm more used to it. Like I used to lead my people and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So yeah, I was a choir leader, but not no more. I still got it, but I don't really.
You don't use it.
No more, right?
Man, 8th to 9th grade, all my friends said they were going to sign up for choir. And wasn't I the only boy to sign up for choir? I can't sing worth hardly anything.
Yeah, it's not
So-
even the
That was
sing-
so weird. Yeah, I
It's
wasn't no
just-
leader, though.
Yeah, I was.
Go ahead, Hodge. What you got?
Energy.
Yeah, I still can't figure it out. I
Something
don't
we
know what that
about
shit.
you?
Huh?
Something we don't know about you?
I don't know. Like, I would, but like a lot of, I would say like I'm pro-black, but like people know that,
Yeah.
So I don't know if that's like a difference or anything like that.
I don't think I knew that about you. I don't know.
I
I don't know what that means, though, either.
Yeah,
to
I don't
you
know
and
what
to
you're
me.
talking about.
Yeah, Black Pro Max.
That's my phone, right?
It said Black
Pro Max something.
It's funny. Yeah, I mean it's a question that you don't really think about too much.
Yeah.
I mean, and we all like know a lot about each other.
So you just backing out of the question.
I mean, realistically,
I'm just checking.
Hey,
Nothing. You
I mean,
care to share.
what else? I'm a gamer. What is it? Like,
Gamer.
A gamer?
yeah,
I knew that because he likes
Yeah.
football and stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
I spend. A
I'm
lot
talking
of
about like gamer.
Yeah, I do you dirty.
Oh, wow.
It's like, yeah, how much you want bet? Just like in
Yeah.
pool. Yeah, how much you want bet? That's not gambling. That's
Yeah.
stealing.
I guess one thing, like you guys, I've never gambled,
Okay.
and I've never went to a strip club.
Okay.
I did.
Yeah,
Me,
Couple
it was
times.
last year was my first time.
To strip
Okay.
club.
It ain't nothing special.
yeah.
Nah,
I never
it's
went to the
kinda
strip
stinks.
club, and yeah.
Kind of stinks.
It does.
He said it kind of stinks.
All right. All right. We'll start with Wavy since he didn't answer last time.
Okay.
If you were invisible for a day, what would you do?
If I was invisible for a day.
Do anything you want.
I'm in realistic terms. I don't really think about stuff like that.
That's why you're supposed to use your mind to go traveling. Use your
I was
imagination.
invisible. I'd just,
invisible
be messing with people, acting like a ghost or whatever.
All right.
Invisible, nobody can see you.
No one can see you.
Yeah.
He said, "Hey, that's all a good idea."
I'm a sit where where they I guess where they talk about everything, like when I talk about the Senate, whoever is like, trying.
I don't think I even want to know, bro.
I definitely
There's
want
some
know.
things you can't unlearn.
You said
Absolutely.
or just okay.
Yeah.
You said you want to sit with the Senate?
sit in
No, I'm
meetings.
saying like meetings where stuff that
where
I
stuff is
talked about.
decided.
Oh, you would want to be in that room?
Heck yeah.
So he already know what's going to happen.
Okay, I see what.
So he can be already,
But you gonna hear stuff
on point.
when you come and visit.
I want to know why
Never gonna be the
Zuckerberg be buying bunkers in the middle of nowhere. Like if I knew what I I would prepare me and my people.
Yeah.
Where would I go if I was invisible for a day?
Yeah, Lee,
What
where would you go?
Man, my minds have changed for a lot of. I would have to say going into like a World Health Organization meeting or something and just seeing like, I know there's corruption and stuff,
Of
but I mean
course.
there's got to be a method to their madness. What are they trying to do in the long run? And if you're aware of something, you could change something. At least in your
Facts.
focus or your area of influence.
Like people like the UNHCR, like United Nations, guess who funds them? The same people that make the decision. So, like for example, like Bill Gates was funding some type of like women program in Africa, but yet, like the birth control that they were administering to these women, they was actually doing them harm. It was killing them. So it's like that type of type of messed up things that's happening.
Yeah.
And the same thing, like you said, if you really believe that you could make a change, you could make a change.
Right.
But there's corruption. They're not really to make a change. It's really to disturb and scatter people.
Yeah. To pit people against.
But
each
I
other.
really like. That's actually, I really like. You just imagine being in the Red Cross meeting. Like, what are they
it's-
talking about?
Yeah, because
Or
they're not.
United
They're
Nation
not
having
they're not as
having,
righteous as you
like,
think they are.
what do you call it? Station in all these African countries, and yet there's still no peace. Like Congo, they've been there for what 30 years.
It's not about peace though.
Yeah, that's what. But I'm
There's got to
saying,
be something else that they're in there doing. Yeah.
absolutely.
All right, so go ahead. What did you do? You're invisible.
Probably go to jail.
Go
He's
to
still
jail?
talking stupid.
What you gonna go to jail for if you're invisible?
I want to see the stuff they go through and why some people.
All you gotta do is watch TV. bro.
No, they don't record them inside.
Yes, they
Yeah.
do.
Some of
The
them.
TV is
Oh my
different.
God, it's open now.
Yeah, it's not the same as
You're
TV,
right
though.
because people do have that idea
Yeah.
of thinking about going and doing something like that. But
Yeah.
there's
But you
all
have to
kinds of media
understand from
going
where
in.
he's never been arrested.
Right.
So
Right. You got it.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, so
yeah.
what trait do you value most in a person?
But Drake, respect, realistically, yeah.
What trait? One word.
Oh yeah, for sure. It would have to be honesty.
Honesty, respect.
Say that
Mine's
again.
loyalty.
Say that again.
What trait do you value most in a person?
Yeah. Loyalty.
Loyalty. Okay.
Loyalty to what though?
To
Because-
yourself first.
Yeah.
That way you can be loyal
Exactly.
to everybody else. Yeah. If
Yep.
you're not loyal to yourself,
Exactly.
yeah.
Can't give something you don't have.
There you go. Man, he come up with some truth. Okay, what do you believe is your calling or your purpose in this life? What do you think it is? Or you
What is
ain't
it?
figured it out yet. I'm gonna start with you.
What you say?
Yeah.
What is your calling or your purpose in this life?
I couldn't answer this question.
You better
year
get
ago.
one by next week.
Uh,
Nah.
I would say my purpose here is to do what I do and still like let people see Christ in me.
Mhm.
What I'm doing.
Okay.
So like doing what I do, but they could still like see the message I'm trying to preach and
Okay.
what I'm trying to get to them to understand
All right.
by what I'm doing.
Do you know what your calling
Daddy, what is your purpose?
is? You asking me?
Mm-hmm.
He said
My
it before.
purpose is to solve some problem that I'm gifted to solve, and I have to find out what it is. So that's my purpose, my calling. But I guess it's what really agitates me as opposed to what agitates you. I see this in school all the time. Like when kids are acting a fool, it no longer agitates me. It agitates some other teachers. That means it's not really part of my calling or my purpose to fix that, because it's not really supposed to be fixed. It's something that has to happen. So some teachers try and control things that they're not really supposed to try to control. But obviously I think one of my purposes is going to be eventually is to show them that, when you try to control, you ruin. And you
Never
don't allow,
was.
you can't control anybody else. I mean, the only thing you control is yourself.
Right.
So, I mean, I think one of my purposes is to try and, before I leave education, is to try and teach teachers that, some things just has to be, So, and beyond that, I don't know yet. I
Yeah,
got to wait till I walk down that path to have the light come on.
most definitely. In the same path.
All right, we'll take it a little bit easier. Share one of your most memorable travel experiences. What's one of your most memorable travel experiences?
Like you remember them. Like
Yeah,
you never
yeah.
forget.
Like I was just connecting. I think it was in Dallas or something, and you had to get off the plane and take a train or take a bus
Yeah, that's Dallas.
to go to
my-
another.
what a
To go to
airport.
Yeah, that's
oh my god,
the
talk
best
about
airport
a
I've ever
spread
been
out
in.
airport.
Yeah.
You had to take a bus to get to the next plane.
I mean, it wasn't a bus. It was just,
Was
the
it Charlie?
train.
I don't know. It was
No,
some-
I got a bus.
I think it was a bus.
Like
for
almost
me.
a yeah.
It was in.
a
I'm
van.
not sure if
Dallas.
it was Dallas or if it was.
It was definitely Dallas because I had to go through the same.
So you got to catch a bus, then catch a train?
Catch a bus to take you to
like
the
when
right
I get off
place.
the plane. It's about 3 miles to get to the next plane, so I got to get a bus to go there. It's not it's not
Right.
the train.
Yeah, I caught the
The
train.
airport is huge. It's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was my most memorable travel experience. I'm like, I know I ain't
They
trying
do
to
that.
ride
They
alone.
do that up in Detroit, and like
I've been to Detroit too. But
yeah,
I mean, it's just
you got
it's a
the train, and then they also do that depending on Chicago too. If you take it international, it's auto on the other side. So you take a train down, and then take a bus. Is like a 10-minute ride
never
all the
did
way to the
international,
international side.
I believe you. Yeah.
But for me, it's when I went back in 2021, when I went back to Africa. So like that was just being able to see my, the people and being able to like look. I saw a lot of stuff as like opportunities and like businesses that I can have over there.
Your lens
But
was different.
yeah, so like just something as simple as like putting like a cell phone tower in the city or like just having like ice machines, in the camp, just something that simple.
Yeah.
What was your most memorable travel experience, brother?
I could say it was one when I was going back as well. It wasn't there. It was when I was going there at one of the airports. So, I mean, it was an Indian guy. I was surprised. He had a Kenyan passport. I'm like, how are you Indian and have a Kenyan passport? And then when I went there, they have like, I forgot it. It's just called like Polish something. It's a neighborhood in Kenya. What's it called? They have a whole community. It's all Indian people. I'm like, what? I'm thinking
Like
is
Chinatown right in DC or
Yeah.
or in New York. Yeah,
and they had like a food bank place, and they had food lined up for people.
Yeah.
I was just
shocked
culture
that it was-
shock.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm
was
like,
actually happening there.
yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you go to Dar es Salaam, they actually have Bank of India in Dar es Salaam.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And like
Bank could be
those two
anywhere.
countries, Kenya and Tanzania, like they have a lot of Indians.
Yeah, I realized that.
A lot.
Yeah, that surprised me when I seen it.
Yeah.
said,
What's your most
what?
travel
And they
experience?
driving luxury cars.
They're the richest people in that country.
I'm like, ooh.
Could be anything.
I'm like, I see
Could
these
be
cars in
anything.
America.
Obviously, you gotta remember it because you gotta remember. it.
Right.
Yeah, that's
It's,
that was shocking. to me.
I was in Dallas when I got to walk on the stage and see a lot of successful people clapping and telling me
Okay,
I could be next.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
that's good.
Yeah.
All right, almost done with questions. If you could switch jobs or lives with anyone on the team, on any of these four, who would it be and why?
I can switch jobs.
Jobs or lives, just with somebody for a day, who would it be and why?
I mean,
Switch? I don't,
Switch, like I'm gonna be Ramon today. I gotta do Ramon thing.
You can't.
Yes, you can.
Not
in your
just an
mind. You can do anything
imagination
you
point of
want.
view. Yeah.
No, but switch like you can't.
Switch, brother.
I could do things that you can't
I
really.
You fighting the question, bro.
mean,
Don't fight
I
the
look at it
questions.
because sometimes be like, damn, how they live in their life. I mean, as I look at it, it could be like, I'll say Tom Brady or whatever.
I'm talking about
People
someone
right
easy.
Here. Oh,
I ain't talking about a celebrity.
Tom Brady.
yeah.
He wants to have
I would say Liam without the dog, but Liam don't come
Yeah.
without one.
You don't come without. No, I'm saying you gotta take the bad.
So
with the
you
good.
out already?
Right,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm out of me.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So,
Say, I'm about to be.
Okay.
I don't want to. I want to be Haji, but I don't want to work 20
Yeah.
hours either. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it's that
It
difficult.
might be wavy. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm definitely thinking Haji.
You
Just
thinking
because
Haji?
his like what it comes with. Like me, I told you I'm big on traveling. Like that's really one of the things that I love doing, and I
Okay.
never like. I think I will never stop because that's like, I think that's
Okay.
one of my callings. So
Okay.
Haji works a lot. I think I could probably manage that. Like I'm not really a lazy
He
person.
said he work a lot, so I can manage
yeah,
that.
yeah. So, but yeah,
Understandable.
Haji. I pick Haji. I go with Haji.
Understood.
Haji?
Okay, we go down the line.
All right, so I would have to pick. I'd probably try wavy,
Always.
and I don't even know why. I'm trying to think why would I try wavy.
That's a good question.
As far as responsibilities and stuff, I know he has a lot, but he does not look at it as responsibilities. He looks at it as opportunities, which is good. Yeah, I think I stepped in a little bit, in my own, as far as, not having children. If I'd had children, they'd have been done at 18 and out the house. But I don't think this.
I give
the
him till
business,
21.
the job-
Nah,
yeah,
nah.
okay. The
Yeah.
dog job doesn't seem like it's going to ever end. Not that it should, but
Can't believe
in
you
my
have
mind it
children,
does.
you know, like-
Yeah, I probably should have, but that's all right.
No worries.
So I think wavy. What you think?
I would probably say wavy because I ain't trying to get up at 4 o'clock.
I'll be sleeping good. I'm gonna keep it real.
I understand.
Yeah,
bro.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Besides that, I enjoy teaching. I enjoy
Okay.
getting-
I know you enjoy
it's funny.
teaching.
I go to
Teaching is
school. I go to
beautiful.
school. It's
But
like
the other stuff
that's
come
not
with
like
you.
work. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not work.
But it's still that's stuff that you do every day. So
Mm. I don't know. I might have to go with Ramon. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what. I mean, I like how he travels and do his things, and
Okay.
That's
boy,
Haji. At the country.
boy can dress a little bit too. So
okay.
and do his thing. I don't know.
All right. We'll go with that. Okay. Would you rather have the ability to read minds or see into the future?
You reading mind? You saying
With
future
what?
already?
With
Would
what?
you rather have the ability to read someone's mind, or would you rather have the ability to see into the future?
With what I'm doing, I would definitely go read mine all day.
Okay.
Because you can see in the future. You can already read his mind.
Not necessarily.
Not
Yeah. I mean, because he could be thinking something right now, and that's not the future. That's right now. So the idea is to be able to read minds, is to be able to manipulate, be able to understand.
I
Oh,
think in the
that's
future. I'd rather
I think
understand
I'd
the
look at
future.
'cause
Yeah.
Some people's minds ain't worth reading.
Yeah.
Man, I'm going to future, dude.
It's like there ain't much up there. Like,
Not only that, if you read somebody's mind, they're probably
they
thinking
might
of
throw
a
you off
fucked
a
up
little bit.
idea.
Yeah, they might throw you off a little bit. You're
Yeah.
like, dang, your mind is messed up. All right, so if you have a robot companion for a day, what task would you delegate to it? So this is going to
A
hit you a little
robot?
bit because, it don't matter what it is. But I'm saying if you have somebody that to do something for you in a day, what would you delegate to that person or to that robot or whatever? Because you're supposed to automate, delegate, or eliminate 80% of what you're doing.
I ain't gonna lie, I need to do all that.
I mean, right now the robot would be doing some landscaping right now.
Because you think you got to
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, okay. All
I'm
right.
just that's at this moment because I gotta go out there and do some stuff.
All right. So if you had a robot companion for a day, what would he be doing?
I would probably
What do you
say
need to delegate?
I would probably say do some research and like one thing like Vusi does is like he has a lot of people that read for him or
He got
whatever. And
teams,
he
yeah.
got a team and they just bring him the important stuff. So for me, if I had to just do a lot of research on specific things that I want to learn about, then break it down into like bullet points so I don't have to waste my time going through the whole thing and just picking the important that the robot will also do that. So I can educate myself in business, whatever's happening. But in compressed,
Yep. That's leverage. Yep.
yeah.
I bet you y'all could guess which one I would do.
I'm listening.
What do you think?
I wouldn't know. I'm listening.
My robot would be doing dogs.
I promise you, I was this
You
close
should
to
have
saying it.
had it.
I
It's like
promise. I would say the
everything else
robot
I
would be
do in
managing
my
the dog.
yeah, that'd be picking up poop. That'd be
But you
making
said
sure
only
dogs-
for one day, so
Yeah,
I
but
ain't
I'm
gonna
saying,
last too long.
That's one day for
Hey,
him
try
to
to do
sleep.
it for
Yeah.
No, the idea of the question is what is going on in your life that you need to delegate.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the back part of this question.
Okay,
This question
okay.
sounds funny, but
Yeah.
it's true. I mean, there's
Yeah.
stuff in your life that you're doing that you should not be doing. Just like he said, he shouldn't be doing all the research.
Yeah.
You should have someone research for you.
Yeah,
you just
yeah,
pay
yeah.
them, and you're talking about getting leverage on stuff. You get
Mhm.
that smart real quick, in like 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, Blaine, why
What you
don't you?
doing?
Why don't you?
Don't worry about me, bro. What,
Ooh.
Yeah.
He could be asking you things too.
I'm saying, why don't I? Because every time I look, 3,500, 3,500, 3,500.
He look at value.
Think at the value that's
Yeah.
sitting right now. I got 15 puppies in my
Yeah.
in my house just laying there. So 2 makes 7.
He acting up.
4 makes 14.
Yeah, he acting up.
I'm just saying, there's a reason why. If that wasn't there, believe me, it wouldn't be there. But go ahead.
Yeah, but
What would
No,
my
I know,
robot
but
be
go
doing?
ahead.
yeah,
My robot, it's like kind of the same thing with how you said my robot would be researching and bringing me the information.
So that's
Bringing
something
you
you
information.
don't really like to do.
Who?
Because I actually like to research and get information. Because once I own it, I own it. And I could sell it to
Researching and
somebody
give you
else.
the information. Once they give you the information, now you got to go back to work though.
Right.
So you got to limit
Which is
it
fine,
to
though.
work.
It's called sharpening your saw. When you sharpen your saw, it takes less hits to take a tree down. You know what I'm saying? If you have a dull saw and you never research, you never find the smart way to do something,
yeah.
you just be spinning your wheels your whole life.
But I think like if you already have a team, you have to if you're a leader of a team, you
Mhm.
can't do the research and
You're
whatever.
correct.
You
You
have other
can't-
people to do that, and
You can't do the
Yeah.
video, you
Successful.
can't do the tape,
Yeah.
you
Right.
can't do
every
the
successful person got a
auditing.
team. I feel
Absolutely.
like there is no way a successful person should be texting you and stuff. The
Texting
team-
you, that's not a problem.
No, but like they are.
you
Like,
should
if
have a
wanna-
main phone and
there's
you
a-
should have
there's
a
a-
customer.
there's a-
We ain't talking
There's-
about burgers and all that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. That's not what
There's a way like
not flipping birds.
gotta go to the
No,
Yeah.
burners, that's it.
No, I'm not talking about a burner. I mean,
No, I'm just talking
because
about-
like say my close people will have one number and my business people will have a different number.
No, I'm saying, but there's somebody that should be managing if they want to get to you, if they want to.
Yeah, agreed.
Because everybody's ideas aren't really for you. You know what I'm
Agreed.
saying? Somebody
Sure.
has to be able to.
Yeah, that's
do
called
what you
a
No, but if
assistant.
you really
Yeah.
look at it, like if you talk for me, like I talked to my lawyer once,
Mhm.
because like I'm trying to get out of the what do you call it, like us what do you call it, ticket that my sister-in-law got.
Mhm.
I talked to him once about the situation, and I never talked to him again. He's sending his minions every time I have a question. You know what I mean? So it's like he has other important things that he can
He said
do.
his minions. That's
You
what.
know,
Minions is
like
crazy.
it's other important things that he can do, and he only needs to hear from me once, and that's
So
it.
he
And
understands.
he relayed that information to his minions, and now people are talking to him the whole time. No, I mean that's really it. Like the people that work. I wouldn't say work with him. People that work for him.
For him, yeah. Okay, last question. If you could magically become an expert in one subject, what would it be and why? If you could just magically become an expert in a subject, what would it be and why? Last question.
And a
I
subject.
want to go into the information a little bit, which is really good today.
I would say sport. What do you call it? Space science.
Space science.
Yep.
Never heard of that. What is it? Any idea?
Science about
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure it has a different name. Okay.
I'll
You're
say-
talking like astrology or whatever.
I would say coding.
Coding?
Yeah. It was never introduced to me, and and when I found out about it,
I got
realistically
I got
too
a bad
late.
taste in my mouth with coding because I used to be management information systems when I first started, and we used to do programs on computers that were like the size of this room, but you would have to type everything in. If you missed one period, your program would work.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
different now. You don't.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like Windows now. You just.
But I'll be a bad boy if I can code. I'm telling you.
Code is on.
Oh, I'll be a bad boy.
All right.
I might go to coding school.
It's definitely not history.
not.
It'd be like computer science.
Computer science. If you're an expert in computer science, I think mine would have to be expert in like psychology because I'm dabbling in it right now and understanding, about emotional intelligence, relational intelligence, spiritual intelligence, all that stuff. But once you understand that, then there's nothing anybody can tell you that this is a lie, basically. All right, so the title of this is going to be "We're Just One Idea from a Breakthrough." Now, tell me what you think this means. Those who think for a living will always be paid more than those who work for one. So
Yeah,
those who
when you're
think
thinking,
for a living-
you're making up ideas in your mind, and then
So why are you getting paid more than the one doing it?
because you're having them do it.
No, not even that. The ones that are doing it, they're never thinking. They're okay with their life being normal. They're okay with.
Understood. That's my
position
whole
they're
point of view. Yeah, but because say from my point is my idea, it's my idea, but I have somebody else doing it, but I'm paying them, a small
I was
change.
just answering the question. He said, "Why is the one thinking get paid more than the one doing?" Because the one thinking, I believe.
I mean, you're right. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
saying you're wrong either. I'm
Yeah,
just,
yeah. Agreed,
I was
agreed.
Just adding to it.
All right, Haji, you got an answer for that? Those who think for a living will always be paid more than those who work for one.
Because those who think have a system and workers don't, like they're like minions. They just do things
love that
and
word.
get their cut, and that's it. Like they don't. It's people that don't really like expand their mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's just if you have a system, you can make anything work. And thinkers have a system, and it's work hard. It works smarter, not harder.
Yeah. So remember what I taught you guys before. It's called the levels of value. So if you move into the second phase of that value or levels of value, you're going to be making way, way more than a person that stays in that first phase of implementation. So say if you might be the hardest worker in a hotel. Say you're the hotel staff. They work the hardest, but they get paid the least. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
That's facts.
in
Facts
anything.
for sure. Anything. If you're the one doing the thing,
Yeah,
you're not
that-
going to get paid at like the one that's thinking about it.
Yeah.
So second level is unification. So if you're strong enough, you're starting to move a little bit into the spiritual. So you got to understand wealth is spiritual. Wealth is ideas. Wealth is trying to run things without having to do things. All right. So second, unification is like management skills. You're going to make anywhere from $40,000 a year to $250,000 a year. Okay. If you're not making that 250, that means you're just not unifying enough people. So if I'm working at McDonald's and I only run a shift of 10 people, I might only make 60 grand a year. Whereas if I'm like at Lockheed Martin or something and I'm running a bunch of salespeople, I'm going to make 250. The third level is actually where spiritual, wealth actually starts getting made. It's called communication. So when you're able to communicate what you want to a whole mass of people, then you're going to get paid for it. That's when you
That's
see
true.
like the A-list actors, that are making 10 million or 20 million, on a film because, they can sell $300 million in tickets. You know
Yeah,
what I
hell
mean?
yeah,
So
they-
you can get that pay because you're the only one in the world that can communicate.
You're
like
creating
say,
that
Denzel.
value for us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
create that value. So you actually use your mouth for a living. So when you use your mouth for a living, you're making that 100,000 to like 100 million. Then imagination is when you use your mind and your money to make money. But you're never going to get there unless you get out of that first level of what can I do for this job? What can I do for this job? Like I said, you got to get your mind out of that thing that you have to do something to get something. You don't. You can think. In the Bible, Proverbs 4, it says, wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom. And with all thy getting, get understanding. So King Solomon was like the wisest person. God asked him, he said, what can I do for you? You've been so, I guess, listening to what I want you to say, and you've been running all my people for so long. I'm going to write you a blank check. And King Solomon said, will give me wisdom, so that way I can rule the people that you want me to rule the way you want them to rule. And when God, heard that, he said, wow, that's great, because now I'm going to give you everything. Because if you have wisdom, if you have the ideas, wealth is just going to be attracted to you. So that's the idea. Okay. So there was something more important to him than money, riches, houses, land, status, and fame, because you get wisdom. Another word for wisdom is actually skill. You actually get the root. Everything else is a fruit, meaning, say I get, 10 gold watches, you know what I mean? But if I have the gold and I have, the watch pieces, I have the root, and that's really just the fruit of what is coming from that gold. So wisdom, you actually get the cause, everything else in effect. If you get the wisdom, you get the source, and everything else is a resource or a supply. And if you have the source, you're never going to run out of supply. Like I said, the whole idea is,
for sure.
instead of, say I'm thirsty, instead of asking for a bottle of water, if I get a well, I'm going to be able to drink for the rest of my life.
Ain't no question.
So you're looking for the source of something as opposed to the actual resource. We always are going after the Lamborghini, going after the, whatever we really want, but who makes a Lamborghini? Who can afford it? That kind of stuff.
As I said, the guy who made I don't know whether it's the Lamborghini or the Lamborghini. He couldn't get into Ferrari, so he went and made a Lamborghini.
Yeah, instead of trying to
kiss up Ferrari's ass.
Yeah,
and made a Lamborghini.
Yeah, so he had the same idea, and ended up probably being bigger than the other one.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you have the cause, you can always create the effect. If you have the root, you're never going to run out of the fruit. So here's just an example. If you give a man a fish, he can eat for that day. But if you teach him how to fish, he's going to eat for the rest of his life. Same thing with give a man a mango. He's satisfied for the day. But if you give him a mango tree, that tree could feed him for the rest of his life.
Ain't no question.
So anyone can count the number of seeds in an apple. But who can count the number of apples in a seed?
Come again?
Here, I'm asking you a question.
Come again.
Yeah, anyone can count the number of seeds in an apple. But who can count the number of apples in a seed? Think about it.
I mean, you can't really count the number of apples in the seed because it's endless.
Correct. So if you have the source, then the resource is going to be endless. Mm-hmm. So you want to get the seed. Go ahead.
No, you good.
It's just what I'm trying to do is try to change your mind a little bit about not thinking about what you can get first, but what you need first to get everything you want.
For sure.
And in the Bible, it says, once you search after the righteousness of God, all these other things will be given unto you. So the idea is to find the truth, find the roots, find the ideas. If you find the ideas, then everything will come to you. Okay, we're chasing everything where we're not even looking at, what's causing everything to happen. So that's the idea. So Solomon actually exalts thoughts above things. The physical world comes out of the spiritual world. What the heck does that mean? The physical world comes out of the spiritual world.
Physical is
everything starts
inside.
Everything starts as a thought.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the root of everything. And the better your ideas are, the better your life is going to be. So this is where I want to really get to. It's in both the Bible and in the Quran. Adam. His job was actually a thinking job. He didn't sow or reap. He didn't plant or harvest. He didn't hunt or kill. He actually dressed and kept. He categorized and labeled. So when he was on this earth, God, the first thing he gave him, he told him you have to label all these animals and, just categorize them, get it organized. So really, God gave Adam a thinking job. And this is where we got to get back to, because when Eve ate the apple or whatever fruit it was, now God said, now the land is going to be cursed. You're going to have to work, the sweat of your brow. You're going to have to, farm and till and do all this kind of stuff. So the idea is he went from a thinking man to a working man. All right. Let me see here. See, God could have actually called a thing what it was, but he tried to teach Adam that what you call it is actually what it's going to be for you. That's why I said when you change your mind about something, what you're looking at is actually going to change, because we are in the likeness and image of God. So the idea is, like I said, God could have named all the animals, but he made Adam name them because what Adam called them, he was trying to, give him that power to, basically make what it is. So the curse, when he ate the fruit, we actually give power to the evil. Disobeying God, Adam fell from the thinking class to the working class, from his head to his hands. Really, it even says in the Bible, like where it started is where it's going to finish. Like in the Bible, it's called Genesis all the way to Revelation. Revelation is actually I'm trying to think how you explain it. It's the fulfillment of the whole thing. So how it was supposed to be in the beginning is going to be how it's going to be in the end. And some people call it heaven or whatever. That's how it's going to end up being, because when God says something, that's how it's going to be. Even if man makes a decision to disobey, and we just took a kind of a roundabout to get there. So in the paradise of God's intent, purpose, and plan, man's job is actually a thinking role. That's where we're supposed to get to. Okay, working with his mind. His mind is going to be his office, his tool set, skill set, and mindset. And those three things actually make an asset. So God's blessed content, it says that consumption enables production. So the more we use something, you're going to make somebody produce something. Mm-hmm. Okay, whereas in a cursed concept, consumption produces scarcity and lack. So that's called eating your seed. So instead of being a consumer, you're supposed to be a producer. Right. Okay, if you're not a producer, then all you're doing is consuming. Then all of a sudden, once you start consuming, then your mind switches to to lack, and like, oh, I only have so much money, so I got to stop doing this. And so in a blessed concept, every fruit you consume will release seed into the ground and produce more fruit trees. So when you actually take a fruit and you see it, you don't eat the apple seeds. You know what I mean? When you spit them on the ground, then apple trees can grow. So he has that already. God's principles or laws are actually his automation. He only made trees one time. He don't have to come back down here and do it again.
Nah.
Right? So everything has a seed of itself inside of itself. Ooh. And what we do is we try to...
That's a bar.
Yeah, we have to try to not think about our time as money. You know what I'm saying? Because time is not money. Time is so much more important than money, because money is just a concept.
Yeah.
So this is what's been going on, though. Now we have what's called seedless fruit. If you think about it, when you eat watermelon, it used to make me mad. Yeah, it used to make me mad that there was seeds in a watermelon. But when they took the seeds out of the watermelon, now they can sell you the seeds that you have to plant that only produce one watermelon. You know what I'm saying? They're called genetically modified.
Yeah.
Including corn, everything else. They've taken seeds out of things.
The black seed.
To control, the consumption, control the actual production, control, people having to buy it from a single source. So that's what they're doing, So, but now we're actually redeemed, because Jesus came down, paradise restored on the inside of us, ultimately be on the outside. Okay, we need to understand how to get to that third and fourth level of consciousness. You remember the consciousness levels? It's to me, by me, through me, and as me. Mm-hmm. Okay, if you think about most of the times when we're here, it's going to be either to me or by me. So you got to get out of that. I'm telling you, at school, it's so much easier at school. That's why I'm like, ain't nothing going to happen by me or to me. It's going to happen through me. So if you want to do something, you come talk to me. We'll set it up. You do it. I'm still going to get credit for it because it's coming through me. You know what I mean? So the idea is, like I said, you got to get out of the first two stages. And that's the same idea of whether thinking or working. To reflect God, we must think and share our thoughts. That's the one problem with people nowadays too. They may have a lot of good ideas, but they're not sharing because they think they're going to lose money because other people are going to get the same idea. But I mean, when that idea is out, it's going to actually conceive, like seeds that are going to fall, and it's going to make other people, and that's how you raise up everybody. Right. So, so God made the universe through his word. Words are thoughts expressed, communicated, or shared through sounds. This means that we create our own world by thinking and communicating our ideas. So think how small your world would be if you're not communicating about your world. Your world could be as little as being at home all the time and just watching TV. Yeah. Where if you get out and you communicate and you tell your ideas, your thoughts, then your world could be.
That's one thing I realized too. Like when I did Manhunter, like I was like hired as a construction PA. Mm-hmm. And from the jump, I told Curtis, who was the construction coordinator, like I will do this, but like I really want to be in the camera department.
Mm-hmm.
And he took that and told Sion, like David Fincher's wife, like he's gonna help me out until like we start shooting, but this is where you want to be, and they actually made it happen. And that's like communicating what you want to do. Let people know what you want to do, and people will help you get there,
Right.
because you plant a seed in their mind as well, and they will think about you.
Right. So we're actually made in what's called the image and likeness of God, but it's really not talking about our physical bodies. Where's our physical bodies come from? The earth, the ground. Yeah, and he breathed the spirit of life into us, made us a living soul. But it's actually in our appetite to create. So we actually have an insatiable appetite to create, just like God created everything that you can see. This is actually what separates us from the creation and like creatures, because we are what's called creatives. Okay, if you're not creating and you're just working a job, you're not going to be happy. That job is going to just drive your whole soul to the ground. I mean, that's not what you want to do. Because at a physical level, we actually have striking similarities to animals. If you see monkeys and apes and stuff like that, they do a lot of stuff that we do, as far as choosing not to get hurt and choosing, different things. But an animal can only be an animal where humans can create anything their imagination can come up with. Something you got to understand with the Bible or the Quran, when it says something about God, they're actually talking about you, because you're in the image and likeness of God. So what he's able to do, we're capable of doing, but the difference is he can create by word of mouth. We have to create by how we act. We have to actually put physical, labor into what we do. Yeah. So, so whoever doesn't think and share ideas is going to be subject to their environment and never dominate it. So if you don't think and share your ideas, the environment is going to crush you. And that's what's happening with jobs. People not being real happy about getting up in the morning. They say the worst time is like Monday morning, 8 o'clock. That's when the most heart attacks happen. So they're on their way off to work. They don't want to do that, because they're being forced into something that they were never really made for.
Yeah.
So we are born into circumstances. They can either become our master or our servant. So a lot of people blame where they're born and what happens, to why their life is the way it is. But you have to make that choice if it's either going to be your master or your servant. So money's a great servant, but a horrible master. So
because he has no memory.
Yeah, it doesn't care about you at all. So if we think and share and communicate ideas, we become masters over our environment. So we dominate. It's like I no longer compete, I dominate. It's just something to think about. Like I said, in soccer, it worked out for me. I don't even know why it worked, but it's like when you compete, the other person got a chance. When you're smoking people, it doesn't matter. So even fallen men who are redeemed can create kingdoms with the power of their imagination. So you cannot do that by going to a 9-to-5 job, flipping burgers. How you want to create your own kingdom? By doing the job. I don't care if it's selling insurance. I don't care what it is. If you're trying to create a kingdom, it's going to be through your mind. It's not going to be what you do necessarily. And the more you get focused on what you're doing and you're having to report to a job at a certain time, that's like I said, when I would get up in the morning at 4, it's so automated in my head that when my wife asks me questions, I get mad sometimes because I'm like, I just want to do it and get it over with, But the idea is that time, instead of doing that, I should be able to, meditate. I should be able to do whatever I want to think about how I can make my life better without, that kind of imposing on my life. I chose it because I love her, but we'll see.
He's gonna be acting up.
All right, I'm in trouble.
No, I don't care. I'm good. I just want to wrap this up here. So agricultural age, you remember what that is? That's when slavery, landowners, that's how rich, the whole idea is like wealth. You have to understand history a little bit about wealth to be able to find out where wealth comes from. So in agricultural age, slavery, landowners, they were rich. Industrial age, you had what's called volunteer slaves. You needed manpower to run the machines and do that. Now we're in the digital revolution. So now you need mind power. So to keep up with what's going on nowadays, you have to, like you're saying, you're finally reading books. It's like that never would happen, 10 years ago. The idea is you're starting to get smarter and understand that the people that are going to be left behind are the people that absolutely have to have a job to, support their families.
Survive.
Yeah, just to survive. And they don't realize that that's such bull. So manual labor and jobs are being replaced by machines, universal income, healthcare, self-driving cars, AI, Internet of my stupid washer and dryer. You can do something on the internet on your phone and it will start, stop. It'll do anything.
From all over,
Your
like
fridge,
anywhere in the world.
appliances, anywhere.
Yeah, everything now.
Hospitals, surgeries are actually being run by computers. And
Yeah,
We
like
actually,
I said, you got to keep up with the times of the age.
yeah, for sure.
we actually shot like a video for like where they created this heart defibrillator. It's like this small, but like it's gonna change the world. Like I really can't talk about it, but it was something that's very, very
Yeah, we're
interesting.
gonna get the knock
And
on the door.
yeah.
Gotta go. No.
But it's all like it's self-regulated. It does everything like already. And I'm talking about it's this big. You can barely see it. And that's all like technology, AI and being able to like learn from AI, and it's moving
Those are the
super,
people that
super
are getting
fast.
ahead. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They're not the people that are working at these meaningless jobs, thinking you're doing something. So we need solution-centered creatives, problem solvers, and innovators. We talked about HEB's highly evolved beings for a minute, but ideas and imaginations are the language of the spiritual world. Okay, imagination converts raw materials into useful items. Like God didn't give us chairs and desks and all that stuff. He gave us trees. So we have to think and do in our minds, imagine what, we need, like this microphone. We never had microphones, 30 years ago. But we
Yeah.
thought, well, how can we project our voice and get it recorded and do different things? So that's our imagination. So the more you use that, the more you're thinking more like God.
Yeah, that is creative.
Yeah. So ideas break through barriers. So a lot of people will think, well, I'm stuck. I can't find it. If someone gives you a good idea, you can get right past that. That's the whole idea. Ideas are the true source of common wealth in a civilization and human progress. So you got to move from savagery to civility. Right now, we're still a little savage
Yeah.
as far as that goes. So God actually speaks to us in dreams, visions, thoughts, and ideas. If you ask God for wealth, he's going to give you the power to create wealth through an idea. Okay, if you think about that, you pray for something. It's like, oh, wait, I just need to do this. And you think you just figured it out, but he just told you, basically. Because we're supposed to walk by faith, not by sight. So if all you believe is what you can see, that's not going to work. Okay? Faith comes from the hearing of God's word. That's how faith comes. So the more you believe and more faith you have in it, then you're able to do it. Acting on your ideas, you need to recognize your ideas, value your ideas, package your ideas, and sell your ideas. That's the whole new thing right now. As far as you become an expert in the field, and if you can't make money being the best person in the world at something, you're in trouble. It's just, like you said, the promoting and the marketing. The reason why I stopped playing pool a little bit, I saw one of the best players in the world. He was broke. He would play pool, win a tournament. He'd go just put all his money in the machines, and try and bet. Once you're a gambler, you're a gambler. You know what I mean? It's
And control it.
yeah. Once you don't control it, then it'll actually eat you alive. So when you ask God to change your circumstances, you're going to respond by chasing your psychology. Right now, you guys' minds are changing a little bit, whether you know it or not. And you're coming up with answers sometimes you never would have had before. But if you truly believe it, then it's going to be true for you. So you want God to change your things, but God's going to change your thoughts about that thing. Answers are going to come in thought form, strategies, and ideas. That's how God answers your prayers. What do you have in your house? The idea is everything you need for the dream that God put in you to do, you already have. So think about what's in your house. If I sold everything in my house, I would easily have enough to try and do anything I want to do in the world. But you just don't think that way. You think, well, I need this, I need it. You don't need anything.
Yeah,
You're
true.
going out the way you came in. So nothing's going to
You
be
gonna leave
permanent.
it here.
Somebody else is going to be using it. You know what I'm saying? So what do you have in your house? And sometimes it might just be an idea, stories. It could be something physical, but it could be a skill. Okay, something you already have from God is the key to everything God has promised to you. And this is what it says in the Bible. It says, to him that has, more will be given to him, but to him that has not, that nothing will also be taken away. So the idea is you might have the actual key or whatever that you're supposed to use. You just don't, you're not aware of it. You don't think about it that way. That TV, used correctly could make money for you.
Absolutely.
Or it could just suck your attention away. Just
Yeah.
like your internet, just like your cell phone, everything.
You got to see the beauty in everything.
Yeah. So to share your ideas, you need a platform. But to sell your ideas, you need a process.
Mm.
So that's the idea. You know,
Yeah.
you need a process. You need
What is the
Promotion.
process?
Say that again.
to share your ideas, you need a platform.
Right.
But to sell your ideas, you need a process. What could be a podcast, book, a course, webinars, coaching. You need a container for anything that's spiritual.
What
It's
is
not a
the
physical
process?
It depends on what you're talking about.
I mean, just give us like an example. Like
So,
just say,
like,
let's,
say all
let's
the
use
stuff
this
I've been-
podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to use this podcast and to try and get it to go to a different level,
Yeah.
like you said, the promotion is more important than the content,
Absolutely.
because if no one sees it, it doesn't matter what it is.
So we can't sell it without the,
The promotion.
process. Yeah.
Yeah, the promotion is, like I said, how you do one thing is how you do everything. So I mean, the content is actually going to change a little bit once your promotion changes. So when more
Absolutely.
people see it,
Yeah.
people will give you ideas.
comment,
They'll come.
right.
They'll comment. They'll want to come. They might want to be on it.
They want to be a part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So the idea is, like I said, it's all kind of moves at the same time.
If you really think about like all the big companies, Apple, Microsoft, like they're all listening to the feedbacks from the customers and then kind
That's
of like
that's the idea too.
molded towards that.
Those people, those big companies and stuff right now are utilizing influencers. They're
Yeah.
utilizing,
Yeah.
podcasters, all that kind of stuff
that's
to do
all
their
promotion.
advertising.
Yeah,
It's all
for sure.
promotion.
Yeah.
So right now, like I said, the legacy media is on TV. They don't trust them anymore because it's always got a little back store to it,
Yeah.
Whereas, you have somebody with 10 million followers, you guys automatically 10 million people are going to see what you got.
Yeah, that's what somebody was saying. Like, if any start of business is either find an influencer, give them on. I think we talked about here, like, work out a deal with them, which they can do the promotion, and it's either you give them like a part of whatever deal, or like you just come with an agreement where you use that.
That's what they call affiliate marketing.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
idea of that.
Amazon has a lot of
affiliates.
marketing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And not only that, like you get the information back from the customer as well,
Yeah.
because they might give you something that you never thought about. If somebody's using your product and they're missing something that you didn't even think about, when you get the feedback, like, okay, I could put that in, and it could be a voice of one person, but for others. Yeah,
So is that the end of the one camera?
yeah. man.
Okay. That was a little my fault.
No, you good.
Yeah. But that's all I basically had to say as far as the information. But yeah, the one thing I want you to take away is to share your ideas, you need a platform, but to actually sell them, you need an actual process.
That is common sense.
You definitely need, you need to act, something you're not doing already, to change them from just something that's there to something that actually will create income for you.
Understood.
So, all right, Wave, go ahead and take it out, and then we're done.
All right, this is the end of the episode, and we'll see y'all next time.